Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things. Have you noticed lately that I'm kind of on a floral kick with my wreath making? Yes, I'm okay with it and I hope you are as well because today is, well, another floral wreath. Today I'm going to be using 10-inch Deco mesh to create a triple floral wreath. Now I've seen Julie do this in the past and it has been on my bucket list forever now. Today, finally did one, loving it, and I know you're going to love it as well. Why don't I just get started and I'll show you what I made. As usual, I'm going to be using a 14-inch wire wreath frame. This comes from the Dollar Tree, as well as their 8-inch wreath frames. I'm going to use 3 of those. This is 7-count mesh canvas from Amazon. This is 10-inch by 10-yard poly deco mesh. I have it in pink. I also have it in this light green color and this kind of lavendery purple color as well. Some styrofoam balls, they're about 2.5, 3 inches, 6-inch cable ties, 12-inch pipe cleaners, and I found this diamond braided rope in yellow. It's got some blue and red going through it. I figured this will be awesome to use for the centers, and I'm going to be using my regular crafting utensils, and here is the materials list for this project today. As always, I like to start off using my cutting mat to cut my deco mesh. I'm going to be using a cutting mat, my glass cutting board, and I'm going to be using a wood burner today. So just a little note, please don't cut right on your mat. Cut on that cutting board because you will destroy your mat if you use it. Also, some of my wood burning commandments. Fresh air is totally your friend. Open up that window, get that air moving by using a fan, put a mask on, and respect the heat because it can cause burn and starts a little fire. Safety first, creativity second. I'm going to start off by using my wood burning tool and just cut off a little edge of each of my rolls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out, measure 10 inches, and then cut along the line. So you can see here I'm just gliding that wood burning tool on the glass in between that 10-inch mark. Not in between, on that 10-inch mark. I'm going to do pink. I'm going to do the green as well, all measuring 10 inches in length. So we have a 10 by 10 square. So again, 10 by 10 yard poly deco mesh, purple, pink, and green. And I'm cutting all lengths at 10 inches. So for the purple and the pink, that's 12 pieces. And for the green, that's 11 pieces in total. To make our little floral bundles, I'm going to use a piece of deco mesh, 2 cable ties, and I'm just going to tie off 1 cable tie, but I'm not going to tie it tight. We're going to lay down our mesh so the burn side is at the top and bottom. Turn it into a little diamond and draw an imaginary line right down the center. Bring that center point and the top point right down. Then we're going to pull at the right, give it a little pull at the left-hand side as well. And then I'm going to move that over to my ruler. That right-hand point I'm going to put at 7 inches and my thumb at the 0-inch mark. And then I'm going to gather it from the bottom. Gather it from the top, and that's going to create a little bow tie. Now, the right-hand side is a little bit smaller than the left, and that's totally okay. That's what we want. And then we're going to grab that cable tie, and I'm just going to wrap it right around that center, feeding it through, and then I'm going to pull it nice and tight to make sure it's secure. Once it's secure, grab my scissors, cut off that excess cable tie. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the left point and bring it to the right point. So I'm just folding it over, matching up those points on the right-hand side, measuring it 2 inches, probably 2.5 inches from the edge, gathering it together, and then I'm going to take that cable tie that we previously clipped together, and then I'm just going to feed it through, pull it nice and tight again, and then we're going to cut that excess cable tie off. And then we have created our beautiful zinnia petal. Look how gorgeous that is. I love it. And just a little finishing touch, I'm going to cut off the excess right at the end of that deco mesh. And again, our finished petal. So we have that cable tie we're going to put together. We're going to take the deco mesh, put it into a diamond shape, draw that imaginary line, bring our 2 points together. We're going to pull on the left, pull on the right, Measure 7 inches from the right hand side, gather the top and the bottom together. That open cable tie will put right where that 7-inch mark is, pull it tight, cut off the excess, and then we're going to fold over the points. Once we do that, we'll measure about 2 inches from that point, gather it together, and then we're going to slide in that cable tie that we did right at the beginning. Cut the excess off of the cable tie and the deco mesh, and wham! There is another petal made. Now to make our leaves, we're going to use 1 piece of the green deco mesh and we're going to use 1 cable tie. And again, we're just going to feed that cable tie through. It creates a little loop there, so we're not going to pull it nice and tight. Manufactured edges at the left and the right, burn edges at the top and the bottom, create that diamond shape like we did before, that imaginary line down the center, and then we're going to bring up our points, matching it in the center, then gathering at the bottom, gathering it at the top, right at the center, and we've created that bow tie shape once again. Let's flip it over, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the left side and I'm just going to overlap it a little bit on the right side. So you can see there I'm overlapping it a little bit. We're going to gather it right in the middle, and then I'm going to feed my cable tie and the deco mesh together right through the center, pull it nice and tight once again, cut that excess of the cable tie off, and then we've created our beautiful green leaf already for our wreath. Loving how this is turning out so far. I mean, we're just making petals and leaves right now, but I'm loving it. So again, our leaf, we're going to create that diamond shape, draw that line right in the center, bring the points together in the middle, gather it in the middle, flip it over, have the left side overlap a little bit on the right side, gather it together, feed it through the cable tie, pull nice and tight, cut that excess off, and again, another little leaf created. Now comes time to make our center, and I'm going to take a serrated knife along with the styrofoam ball, and I'm just going to cut it right down the center. Now you can buy half balls, if you will. Now you see here that I'm just vacuuming up. It makes a mess. So I thought it was kind of funny that I filmed it. I didn't realize I filmed it, but I thought it was kind of funny, and I kept it in, that I have my little handheld vacuum cleaning up all that styrofoam. We're going to take that rope, and I'm going to coil it right at the beginning. Add a little hot glue right at the center of our half dome. Place that rope right in the center. Make sure it's nice and centered. Once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to take another line and outline around that rope and add more rope on there. So I'm going to do this same method of procedure to fill up the entire styrofoam. And I do glue every single line. I just find it's a little bit more secure if you glue every single line. Before I finish, I cut out just a white piece of felt. I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm just going to cut 2 little holes or triangles, if you will. Mine end up being diamond shape. And then that's going to be right in the center. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a full-length pipe cleaner, add a little bit glue right in the center, add some more on top of that just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to feed that hole, or I'm sorry, I'm going to feed the pipe cleaners through those holes, and then I'm just going to outline the styrofoam with glue to make sure that that styrofoam, or I'm sorry, make sure that felt is all nice and secure, and that just stops the styrofoam from getting all over the place. Then I just finish off gluing it, the rope down, cutting it, then I'm going to add a little more hot glue just right at the end, and then we have our little centerpiece all done. And I love how these turned out with that yellow rope from the Dollar Tree. To start our petals, I'm going to cut out some of that canvas mesh, attach it with cable ties right on the inside wire of our frame using cable ties. I'm going to do 4 of them, and then we've got that all nice and secured on there, ready to go. Before we attach our petals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the center that I just made, and I'm going to add that right in the middle of our frame. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to draw an outline of what the center is going to cover. So I want to hide all of my cable ties from the petals that I'm putting on the wreath frame with our centerpiece. So that line is going to be a guide of where I'm going to attach our petals. Speaking of petals, here they are. I've got 8 petals per frame. So that's a total of 12 for the purple and 12 for the pink because I'm doing 8 petals per. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the petal down, kind of eyeball where I want it to go, and make sure the petal is fully covering the line that I just drew. Then I'm going to feed a cable tie through it where the petal is down, and then I'm going to bring it through the back, pull it through the front again, and then all I'm doing is I'm tying that petal down with the cable tie. And I'm going to make sure the cable tie on the petal is on the inside of the cable tie, attaching it to the frame. That way that petal's not going to come off. It's like a stopper. Once I've got 8 of them all down, you can kind of see it's taking shape, and we're going to place our center right in the middle. Just feeding those pipe cleaners through the center of that mesh, turning it over, cutting the excess of those pipe cleaners off. I'm going to fold it down, add a little bit more hot glue right at the end. This is always optional. You don't have to do this. I like to do it on my wreaths just to make sure they're nice and secure and that pipe cleaner is not going to come off. And of course, once that's all dry, we're going to add our leaves on there. And all I'm doing is I'm putting the leaves right through the middle of the last and center wire of our wreath frame. We're going to attach it the same way. We're just going to feed that cable tie through, making sure that cable tie on the leaf is on the inside of the cable tie on the frame. And then again, if you happen to pull that deco mesh, it's not going to come out. It's like a stopper, and it's not going to fall off or come out if you accidentally yank it, or if anybody accidentally yanks it. So I'm putting 3 of the leaves per flower, and then we're going to add a little bit more later on once we get it all attached. I'll show you how I do that as well. So there's our purple zinnia all complete. I also did one in that pink color, and I did a combo one as well. So we've got the purple and the pink on the last one that I created. Now it is time to attach it to our wreath frame. This is the 14-inch wire wreath frame. All I'm going to do is kind of eyeball where I want it to go. So this is kind of, there's no right or wrong way to do it, let's say. All I would suggest is make sure that it's nice and secure. You can kind of see I put one on. It didn't really work. So I'm going to put another one on, making sure the anchors are all together and the wires are all together. You can kind of see me shaking and making sure that it doesn't come off. Once I do that, get the first one on there, it's time to put the second one on, and I just kind of pick it up, eyeball it, see where it's going to go, then I flip it on its back, and then I add more cable ties on there. So like I said, there's no right or wrong reason. I did 2 or 3 cable ties per flower. I mean, you can get away with probably 2, 3 is a little bit better. I probably would put more than just 1 on there. That's my own personal opinion, but you do you, and you're making your wreath, so you do you. But again, 2 or 3 cable ties per, and then I'm going to add more of the green leaves on there. I'm adding it to the 14-inch wire wreath frame and some to the smaller wire wreath frames just to fill up the space so we don't see any of the wire frames. Our final result is this gorgeous triple zinnia floral wreath in pink, purple, and of course we have that greenery for the leaves and those gorgeous centerpieces in yellow. I can't believe how well they worked out. I love them. It's almost like the centerpiece of our floral wreath. Here is the final look on my door, and of course a beautiful spring wreath ready for your front door. Thank you so much for taking the time and watching me create this beautiful floral wreath today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.